There are three paths to take in regards to your diet when bodybuilding: bulking, cutting, and maintaining. Everyone has a level of calories that they have to get in per day to maintain a weight. This is called maintaining. You don't go over your amount of calories and you don't go under. The second way is bulking. Bulking means you are in a caloric surplus. That means you're going to gain a lot of muscle, especially when you're working out. You're going to gain muscle, but you're also going to gain fat depending on the intensity of your bulk. So if you're bulking heavily, if you're on a dirty bulk, you're going to gain a lot of fat, primarily fat. You're going to get really strong, but you're going to get pretty fat. Your body fat will skyrocket when you are dirty bulking. I do not recommend for you to dirty bulk. There's also regular bulking, which means you're just eating around like 500 or 600 extra calories per day. This is going to get you around probably like 2 to 3 pounds per week or per month. This is a good amount to be at if you want to bulk. 2 to 3 pounds per month, that is around 24 to 36 pounds per year gain. When you are a noob, you need to bulk if you are skinny fat. If you are fat, please don't do that. Don't bulk. That's probably not the best thing for you to do, especially if you want to look aesthetic. The third way is cutting. So if you're fat and you want to look aesthetic, this is what you need to do. If you're skinny fat, stick to bulking. Third way, cutting. This means you are in a caloric deficit. You are below your normal calorie intake. This means you're going to lose weight. There's a chance, depending on the severity of your cut, you'll cut more muscle than fat. You'll still lose a lot of fat in a heavy cut, but you run the risk of losing a lot of muscle, especially if your protein intake isn't up to speed. So when you're cutting, you need to have a high protein intake so you don't lose too much muscle. There's a secret fourth option that a lot of people talk about, and it is body recomposition. This is essentially where you build muscle and lose fat at the same time. That means when you gain 10 pounds, when you lose 10 pounds of fat, you have to gain 10 pounds of muscle. This is just another fancy way of saying maintaining. The heart of maintaining is not increasing your weight and not losing weight, but getting stronger. This is basically what body recomposition is doing, but it is rebranded in a different way, which sounds a lot cooler. Maintaining versus body recomposition. Body recomposition will definitely give a lot more clicks and likes on YouTube. Body recomposition only really works if you are young, you're just starting, you're a beginner at lifting, and you have good genetics. I'm an Indian. Typically, we don't have very good genetics. We're not really built for bodybuilding. There are some Indians, who are really good with really good genetics and they look really good. But I'm not one of them. So body recomposition isn't viable for me. And you got to judge for yourself. You can't really know until you start lifting, and then you'll kind of start to realize if you have good genetics, if you're packing on muscle really quickly, especially as a beginner. One of my friends, when he started lifting, I also started lifting at the same time. I gained around like 5 pounds in the first month or two of lifting. He did an in-body composition test where it tested his body fat percentage and his muscle levels and among other things. And 1 week he went in and he was at X amount of muscle and X amount of body fat percentage. The next week he went in, he was at relatively the same amount of body fat percentage, but he had an increase of 6 pounds of muscle. 6 pounds of muscle in 1 week is ridiculous. He gained a lot of strength in that time period. In just 1 week, he got a hell of a lot stronger. Something like that for him is great. He has great genetics. Then he tried body recomposition and gained a lot of muscle and still lost fat at the same time. But I was not able to do that. So I knew in 1 week, I didn't really gain that much muscle. I didn't look that much different. I didn't get that much stronger, meaning I probably didn't have good genetics. So I stuck to bulking. You have to know if you are able to do body recomposition. Personally, you. It depends on your genetics and it depends on when you're doing it. If you're an intermediate lifter, body recomposition probably isn't the best idea. You should be bulking and cutting and doing cycles of that. That will get you the most results the quickest. Body recomposition is pretty slow. You're literally trying to move in two different directions at the same time. You're trying to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. You're pulling like your body's mind thin. And it's not something that is viable for a long time. It's also just another way of saying you're maintaining. Like I said earlier, you're just maintaining. It's just a fancy way of saying it. You know what to do. Get up and get after it.